Welcome back to Deep Heights. My name is Deborah. We're going to do a reading today. I was thinking about doing a love reading just because that's kind of what I felt compelled to talk about. Um, it's a weird time. It's important to keep things in perspective, and it's just as much as for myself as for anyone else. I have some new decks, and I'm excited to use them. I'm going to pull a card first from the Fantod deck, the Fantod pack, which is interesting. It's new to me. So we'll pull a card for you and the other person after that. The blue dog. That's interesting. I'm actually in Louisiana, and Rodrigue is an artist, a Louisiana artist, and he does the blue dog. The dog speaks to me about loyalty, about patience, commitment, friendships, protecting us by that door. Maybe there's a door that you need to walk through and you're afraid. Something protecting you. Think about Anubis protecting you in the underworld. There are always doors. I think it's Huxley. No. When the doors of perception are cleansed, man sees himself as he is, infinite. William Blake, one of them. Because it does seem obscure, maybe you feel dark. Okay, let's get one for your person. Of course, the blue would speak to me of sadness. Let's get one for the person that we're dealing with, that you're dealing with. The ancestor. The sea on the bottom of the deck. So we know this is an emotional connection with a lot of depth. These waters look calm. What I like about these cards, they're black and white, but there's space there as well. So you have the water, but there's so much space, so much sky. The sea. So the person you're dealing with is coming up as the ancestor. Someone tied to their history and their past. There's a face there, there's a head, but there isn't a face. There are no eyes to see, no nose to breathe, no mouth to taste or to speak. How do our ancestors, how do we relate to them? How does your person relate to them? A connection to the past here, completely covered up. Maybe you're dealing with someone that's very guarded, not open at all, shut off. And here you are, beckoning to them. That's interesting. We'll find out a little bit more about that. I do think the card connecting you, though, is the sea. Like there's this expanse, this great expanse between the two of you, a nothingness. From the primordial seeds. I'm going to use the Crow Tarot. The King of Swords comes out. That's the symbol for Saturn up there. The King of Swords is Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. They could have that in their sun, moon, or rising, or being. But Saturn there, of course, is Capricorn. The 5 feathers there, I think of the 5 of swords, of defeat, heaviness. Choices need to be made here. Important choices. Or maybe someone is thinking only with their left brain. Too much logic. You have the sword here. And we need to think with logic. We need to think with reason when we make decisions in life and choices. And of course, Saturn there talks about lessons and time and hard work and experience. This crow is looking at the sword. That's the clarity. That sword is standing upright by itself. It doesn't need anything to hold it up because the truth doesn't need anything to hold it up. It just is. And what's the truth? What is your truth? The truth between you. This is the situation. This King of Swords. Maybe this is how you relate to each other. This would be relating to each other in a very cold way, without affection. So I was saying that there's this gulf between restrictions. Saturn's influence. It restricts. I feel an emptiness in this reading. Ace of Cups on the bottom of the deck, though. So you know that there's potential there, that love is there. It's the fountain, it's the beginning, it's birth. It's overflowing, and there's one person there in the cup. And it looks kind of like this crow here is bringing the sun. You see? Bringing the fire to the water. Temperance. Art. It's what happens when two people come together. It takes art, it takes patience, it takes work and time. But it's there. A fountain. A waterfall. It's beautiful. Okay. There's a somber tone here. The sun. But there's love. Great victory. You see here, I was actually going to say this, but I didn't. The water here is blocking out the sun, this cup. Tempering the sun is too hot, it burns too bright. The King of Swords energy can be very sharp, very airy, very logical, inflated, egotistical, unmoving, cold, cerebral, unfeeling. This bird's here kind of like he doesn't know what to do with it. So this is your person. They don't know what to do with all this. They're sitting here on this cup and they're like, what is this? I don't know what this is. So to help them, what you can do is bring them the sun, because it's blocked out their sun. It's too emotional for them. They can't handle it. They just can't. They can't process it. They're confused. It's weighing them down heavy. They can't fly. And if you can bring them the sun, that's what I'm saying. That's the art. When people come together, it's the alchemy of love. And you bring them the sun. It dries them off. Brightens their being. Here we have the crow bringing the red ribbon. Waters of the will, of love, the tie between two people that we can't really explain, but that it very much exists. The white horse and the sunflowers. Patience is needed. But this is revelations, the love being revealed, bringing it to them. We can bring it, but they may not accept it. I think you love someone very much. Here, you show up as this blue dog. Looking at them kind of like expectantly. Why are you crossing this door? Why are you afraid to pass through the door? They're afraid because they're completely closed, completely covered. Maybe they don't want to swim in the seas with you. They don't know how. They can't get into the sea with these clothes. They'll drown. Oh, and the plant is underneath the sea. That's quite beautiful. Plants need water and sunlight and dirt, nutrients. So many things, they need care. I tend to let my plants grow kind of wild. Other people have different opinion. I guess it depends on what you want to cultivate. If you want to let something grow naturally as it would, or if you wanted to manipulate it and control it. The King of Swords is a manipulator and very much needs to control all aspects of their life. And that's fine, that's okay. But some things can't be controlled. You can't control the sea. The sea won't be controlled, it's a force of nature. So much can be explored, beneath. Where your person has to shed some skin, take this coat off, take off the shoes, the socks, walk barefoot. Walk barefoot in the sand, feel the water. And maybe not all at once. Like I'm saying, it's here. What you have between the two of you exists quite powerfully and quite beautifully. So, let's talk about your person. Show me this ancestor. What's he afraid of? Or she? What are they afraid of? So we have the Ten of Swords and the Eight of Swords reversed. This is someone who has been locked in their mind. Your person has had repeated experiences that have kept them emotionally caged psychologically, if that makes sense. They go round and around and around in their mind, needing proof, needing reason, until it's unmanageable. Here with the Ten of Swords, but it's ending, it's over. You see this, it's like the clay. Blood. It's old. It's done. He's pecking around in it, rolling around in it. He's completely crushed. But it's done, it's over, it's the 10. You don't have to stay there. The Eight of Swords is reversed here. You must release yourself. Your person must release themselves from their past, with the ancestor. We've all had difficult pasts. How we deal with them. You can't. The King of Swords. You can't process emotions in the King of Swords energy. There's a time and a place for King of Swords energy, but not in love, not in the sea, not here. I'm saying you are calling to your person here, your companion. Dog very much, I think, of the underworld. And this cycle going into the dark, the depths of the sea. It's a metaphor of the door. This person has been through a lot. And that's okay. How do they feel about you? See how your person feels about you. How is this person feeling? How is this? Ooh. Okay, so we have two cards flipped over. We have Judgment and the Empress. No doubt they're awakening to their feelings about you. Judgment, this is a card about revelation, about waking up Truth card, 20. After 19, after the sun. But you must bring them the sun to help them to awaken in a calm way. Because it's you, as the raven who's been through the dark. You know the underworld cycles, maybe they don't. They're afraid. They need the sun, they need the light. Not everyone, is brave enough to go into the dark, into the unknown. But something's calling them. We have the sign of Pluto here. Reawakening, 8th house, death. The ancestors would be very 8th house, very scorpionic energy, and with the sea as well, very watery. And you see we have the stacks of rocks and the 3 birds being called. Cross, the square, material, the red on the white, the blood, you've got to bleed. Talk about this, and it's not about hurting yourself. It's metaphorical. It's spiritual. It's mystical. Something must die. Platonic energy to be reborn. And your person doesn't want to submit to that. They're unwilling. They're stuck. They're stuck in this cycle. It's like they want to get out with the 8 of Swords being reversed, but they're here with this 10 of Swords. They don't see the dawn. They can't see the dawn. That's why you must bring them the sun. It's very important that you are bringing them the sun. They're here in this fountain. Maybe that's them realizing that they love you in the sea, but they're confused. They can't swim. Like if you're the dog, you can dog paddle. They're afraid. But they're realizing that they must rise. And here with the Empress is a Venusian energy, the Empress. This is about growth, about love. And you see the cup is in the sun. The heart. Because what's Venus do? Venus rules Libra and Taurus. Venus grows. Venus loves. And here, it's not overly bright. You have an aerial view of the garden, and that looks like apples over the sea, but there are clouds there. There's a cloud there trying to obscure the sun, which is going to require your strength. That's why they would view you as the Empress. Them realizing that. There's the wand. That's interesting. This deck is new to me. It's the Crow Tarot. I've never seen a wand with the Empress. Never seen her. I mean, she's the Queen of Queens. She's all of the queens, the feminine energy, and the major arcana and minor arcana. The love, it would be Bina, understanding, mercy. Maybe that's what needs to be shown to your partner is mercy. It's cute, it's like a little dog. Our dogs are loyal. They love us no matter what. Not that you would allow someone to abuse you, but to show patience and understanding. But it hurts you. This blue dog is cautious and afraid, timid, like wanting to be pet, but afraid of the hand. That's positive in how they view you. It's actually quite positive. This is definitely love. It's just someone's afraid. Your person's afraid. Maybe they need time. Maybe you don't have time to give them. But here with you showing up as the Empress, it would signify that you were willing to put in the effort to make something grow, to help it grow, because everything that the Empress touches grows, it blooms, it blossoms for her. She sings it to life. She brings the sun, brings the heart, the love, the heart chakra. Okay, I'm going to use black and gold. These cards are actually really beautiful. Okay. All right, let's see the energy of the connection between you with this deck. Try to keep these this one a little bit shorter. Okay, what's the energy between these two people? What's the connection? The King of Cups, the Three of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Painful for both of you. This hurts both of you. I don't mind the glare because I think it's so beautiful. We have the King of Cups, reserved. He's on the sea. He's actually floating on the sea. If you can see that, he's on his square, floating in the sea. And he has his cup and his scepter. He's very stoic, but he's different than the King of Swords. His decisions are made with logic, but they're of the heart. The King of Swords doesn't think, feel. The King of Swords is not a feeling man. However, the King of Cups is. But he's not going to make any sudden moves because he doesn't want to tip his boat, his square. And he's clothed, indeed, you know, as this ancestor is. And maybe that's what's happening. What can happen? If they can't get in the water themselves, they can build a raft and come out to meet you. See, it's compromise. But we have a Three of Swords. It's painful. But it's important. The swords are of the mind. They're our psyche. It hurts our heart because the things that we think, our fears, pierce us. This card is sorrow, sadness. It's talking about pain. It's raining in the clouds. They need the sun. You need to bring them the sun. You know, but you must be willing to do that. Maybe they don't want to accept it. Let's get some advice. What advice does Spirit have for this connection? The Ace of Pentacles. And the Ace of Wands on the bottom of the deck. New beginnings, new passion, new realities. There's a great joy here. Take the risk, take the chance. This is the fire. This is the sun. These are gifts. The aces. An ace is a gift. It's the beginning. The Mavericks. The Pentacles is the garden. You can see here. The gift of the garden, the new beginning. I'll say back to Eden. It's not exactly what I want to say, but and not a reset, not a do-over. But this is fresh, this is new, this is pristine. This is the sun. This is the advice for both of you from Spirit, to take the chance. It's there, the passion is there, the reality is there. Discs talk about the material world. Protected in the circle, earth, air, fire, water, and spirit. And the two circles could be both of you. And the sun and light. I feel like there's something missing here because it's, I don't know. Let's use the fourth deck. What's missing here for these two people? We have the Queen of Cups and the Five of Discs. Feeling vulnerability is missing here, that things can improve. Because the Queen of Cups is receptive, to love, to truth. She's receptive to love. She is at sea. The Five of Pentacles reversed is improving material conditions. Improvement, rebalance. Maybe during this time, it's a weird time, we know that. Things have been disharmonious, but you have to have faith and feeling. You have to allow the feelings. I think that's a challenge for your person, because if you just look at this, like, there's no face. They're just covered, guarded, and layered. Shut down, cut off. They can feel nothing, no matter what you would bring, if they don't open up to receive it. And the Queen of Cups is encouraging that to be done. What else does the thought deck have to say about these two people? Wow. The Ten of Cups. With the Knight of Swords on the bottom of the deck. I was just listening to an astrologer, Fiona Edgar actually, and she had just pulled this card for one of her weekly readings, and she said that this was her favorite card in the deck. I had never really considered a minor arcana card to be my favorite card, but it's true, and I really respect her and just what she was saying. Typically, the Ten of Cups represents a man and a woman, and they're on the road with two children, and there's a house in the background, there's a rainbow in the sky. It's complete fulfillment. It's a happy family. It's emotional satiety. It's love. It's openness and receptivity between two people. For each whole individual person, love. What it is that man and woman are here to do. To love, to procreate, to build, to get on with life. To be open, you have to trust. And you don't have to. You know, life's about choice. I'm saying it's Nine of Swords. Which one do you want to be? Do you want to be in sadness and sorrow? The name of this card is cruelty. It's all of your past experiences. You hang those swords on the wall and you look at them in your mind. I've said before, for me, the Nine of Swords can be three of swords, a lot of pain. I know pain. But I also know love. It's a choice. You have to take the risks. When you take off, you know, your cloaks, your jackets, you open up. It's a risk. But this is what's waiting for you. Is the Ten of Cups on the other side. Let's close with a couple of gypsy cards. That's really beautiful. Doctor. I want to think about health and letter. What's health? Why would you see a doctor or think about psychological health here? Someone needs help. That's interesting. I'm new to these gypsy cards. But one of you is helping the other. Because that's what doctors do, they heal. Well, they're supposed to. Maybe you're a healer. You can help heal them. And what heals? The sun. sunshine heals us. Let's get one more and we'll close. Let's close for this connection with these two people. House. Stability, harmony, a home. How do you make a house a home? What is your house without the Ten of Cups? Without love, without the sun. It's just a cold, concrete building on a block. I wish you luck, and I hope to see you again.